Review for Lohfink 31 to 39, being the people of God. Again, this is going to have to do with true revelation, right? Following revelation. Right? We're also going to look here at things like free will and why God chose such a messy path. And that's really the answer to number one. Why is it necessary that Abraham understands God's desire to create a truly just society? Why couldn't God just, again, make him in such a way that he wanted to do it, or just drop him into a free and just society? Well, again, it has to do with the free will, right? Right? Love is a choice. He has to let him know what he's getting into, right? So he can be free to choose it. You can't trick him into it, right? And so the time and the place of the Israelites, how did this help them understand what it meant to be the people of God and choose yes? Well, it was an escaping from the alternatives, right? Look at the societies they escaped from. Egypt, right? The Pharaoh or the king, right? Owned everything and everyone. Right? The state was God. It was all these examples of what we call religiosity, right? That's what they got out of. That's their alternative there. Religiosity. Worshipping my own desires or the desires of the state or the desires of my tribe, right? Any system that is enslaving other people. Where else did they escape from? Let's look at, in the Canaanite city-states. Well, what happened? Right? They were treated as slaves or servants. Right? I guess serfs would be the best word here. Right? The king. The gods cared about the king, but not them. And so getting out of these situations, right, it helped them see the alternative, helped them open it up to what we would call true revelation, right? A God who loves all, cares about the little guy, made all people to be image and likeness, which, by the way, as many of you pointed out in your papers, is a reference to the common understanding of the authority of the king, that each person now becomes a dignified person. Right? So it was in escaping from these places that were not the people of God. Right? This gave them the unique opportunity to see the alternative. The alternative to enslaving people. What's that? Defending people's rights. defending the rights of the poor. All those things the prophets in the book of Deuteronomy call on the Israelites to do. And the essential element, again, taking us back to what it means to be the people of God. The essential element is trust in the goodness of God. We see time and time again that Abraham and some of the other Israelites were able to trust God, especially when his plan was not clear. Right? Or it looked like it wasn't going to work out. Right? Abraham and his kids. Right? At first he had no kids. And then he was asked to give up his kid. Right? That's a lot of trust. We saw Joshua and Caleb. Going into the promised land, even though everybody else was afraid. They trusted the will of God. All these things we see in the Torah are symbolic historical moments. When I say symbolic historical, I don't mean that they are historical facts. But there's a symbolism in them. Set in the story, that's very important. Much more important than are these historical facts. Did these things actually happen? Much more, no, there's something much more important than that. And that is showing the people how to be the people they are called to be, how to be the people of God. You even think about just Moses and the Exodus, just going out blindly into the desert. They didn't have any idea how they were going to be, how they would survive out there, where they would go to. But they trusted that they needed to get out of here. Right? And we see in the actual historical cases there, although the Exodus from Egypt likely is something like that probably did happen. But we see with the other people who became the Israelites escaping the Canaanite city-states. When they abandoned them and the security they offered. There must have been some kind of deeper trust. So it says trust in the goodness of God, right? Especially during tough times or when you're not sure how things are going to work out.